My name is Kenton Ewing, and this is
Hello, my name is Caitlin, and I am in the traditional BSN program here at Methodist.
Hi, everyone. My name is Savannah Peters.
My name is Connor McElderry.
Hi, my name is Amy Frederick.
So the issue that I chose for this capstone project was lead pollution.
The issue that I researched was human trafficking, and I chose human trafficking.
Breast cancer screening and early detection.
Issue bulimia nervosa.
For my public issue, I chose suicide.
Demographics of the Superfund site are very important. 17,300 acres, 41,000 homes, some of that's multifamily dwellings, mostly African American and other minority residents, and 500,000 children under the age of 5 in the U.S. have elevated levels of lead in their blood.
And I chose human trafficking because of the high prevalence we see here within the state of Nebraska, and that is because of certain landmarks such as the interstate, but also events that we have here such as the College World Series.
Breast cancer is the second most common cancer among women in the United States, and the most common cancer among women below the age of 40. In 2019, there were over 270,000 new female breast cancer cases that were reported.
As you see here, suicide has increased by 36% from 2000 to 2021, according to the CDC.
30 million Americans struggle with eating disorders. 1 in 5 teens have admitted to struggling with abnormal eating behaviors. Nearly 85% of patients have an underlying mental illness.
And she was unable to talk after the procedure. No verbalization at all. I thought back to some events that I had seen previously, and I thought maybe we could use hand squeezes with her. So we decided to use yes, no, 1 squeeze, 2 squeeze, and same thing with the pain scale. We could have her squeeze for how much pain she was in, 1, 2, 3 through 10. Lessons learned about being an effective communicator. I thought for this one that recalling on past experiences on a new interaction was very helpful. And then how to apply these situations. I think that this is something that I'll always be able to apply moving forward in every situation, is recalling past events.
We went to the school nurse pipeline out in Fort Calhoun, and although many of these kids did speak English, I was having to find unique ways to speak to these different age groups. So I used nonverbal communication with like jumping on and stepping on to the scale to show them how to get
This
on.
reflection talks about me taking care of a 98-year-old patient named Evelyn. She came into the hospital. She was dying. Her family were trying to force feed her. They wanted her to get a feeding tube. They wanted her to get therapy, try to get stronger. She called me over to her bed one day and she says, Amy, I need your help. I need you to talk to my kids. Help them understand that I'm just ready to go to heaven. I want to be with Leroy again. So I had those conversations with her family, and they did understand. She died about 4 hours after that conversation. So I really felt fortunate to be able to help that process. And what I learned during that is patients want to talk about death. Don't be scared to have those hard conversations. They want their family to be okay with their death, and be the advocate your patient deserves.
Writing my first reflective individual, I knew nothing and did not know what I was doing. I had my priorities not straight. I had poor grades. It led to me being very stressed out. I wrote my first reflective individual, and I realized I need to self-reflect every day, knowing myself, knowing my goals, knowing where I want to be every day so I can continue to be a better version of myself is important when it comes to caring for people. And
my first reflection, I was a young nurse. Individually and for my family, we struggled. I had no boundaries. I was getting phone calls on the weekends, in the evenings. My work-home life balance was completely lopsided. The importance of defining boundaries is huge, especially in the nursing career.
This was during my Nursing 400 class, and we had to go to 2 support groups. So I came in with a lot of stigma regarding mental health and AA and about these individual situations. And I came out with a lot of understanding their background and how they got to attending these support groups and ultimately respecting them. I no longer judge them, and I came out with a lot of respect. And ultimately,
my second experience of being a reflective individual happened during Nursing 400 when I experienced my first patient death. I knew after that experience that I really needed to reflect on my emotion and how I felt about it. It is really important to sit down and, reflect, because it's going to help you process the situation and can help either alter your practices for the future or help you guide others with reflecting on difficult situations.
I had a patient who had cerebral palsy. This person was just very down, depressed, sad, and would hit the call light button more often than not just because they wanted someone to come and sit and listen to them. I did that, and I learned a lot about the patient, and their mood skyrocketed. People need to do more, and I went to help create change amongst my unit, my floor, and telling people, hey, take that extra few minutes to sit down and talk with your patient and listen to them. Do more. And that's how I see myself as a change agent, is that I want to change the culture and to develop a way to have people manage their time better and spend 5-10 minutes with their patient listening and doing things that are better.
Shared experience and talking to my cousins pushed my youngest cousin to be tested for her genetics, which did result in an early detection of her being a carrier of the BRCA2 gene mutation. So now she can start her screenings early.
As a change agent, I can inspire and motivate my colleagues to eliminate stigmas related to mental illness. Promoting open-minded approach to change can create a culture of continuous improvement. And then the advocacy again. We must be a strong advocate for our patients.
I think this entire project was really helpful, showing me how I can use these to reach out into the community and actually make a change.
Through all my experiences, I can fully say that I have been able to become a better educated citizen, and I feel fully competent at this point in all these goals. And then I know from all of these events that have allowed me to be a reflective individual, change agent, and effective communicator that I will be able to fight public issues in the future and in the future healthcare setting, and ultimately better myself and my community and my future patients.
All of these experiences through my time at Nebraska Methodist, it's not only going to help me grow as a better nurse, but as a better individual. And, I'm going to take this with me when I go up to Mayo Clinic and, educate people about how important early cancer screenings are and early detection is. So, thank you for this opportunity.
Overall, this program has allowed me to become much more self-aware of myself, and it has made me grow and take huge strides to being a better person and a better nurse. It will allow me to be able to continue to grow and self-reflect and being more self-aware. Educate to hopefully help prevent suicide from occurring, especially in these populations where they face a lot of social determinants of health. And that's something that this program has taught me a lot about, and that's something that I had never realized I could have such an impact on.
Being an effective communicator, reflective individual, and change agent in the field of nursing ensures that I can play a significant role in raising community awareness, providing compassionate care and advocacy for individuals suffering from the life-threatening disease. Incorporating the qualities above into my nursing practice and actively engaging in community awareness campaigns and advocacy efforts, I can be successful.